Yes, welcome back for the Nude Nut Steve Sell at West Auto Finance. Carl and Brad with you tonight. Time to talk Wildcats. Rob Beveridge, the coach of the Catters, joins us. Hello, Rob.
G'day, mate. Good to be here.
Mate, what happened? I was watching last weekend. We were a mile and a half in front. I turned it over and lo and behold, Kabushka.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I must say it's one of the first time that's ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
We came out and we were simply outstanding. It was one of the most clinical displays you'd ever see. We just took them out of their stuff. We shot the ball well. Everything we did was just at a different level, and they had no answers at all. Then there's a thing called half-time where you have a 15-minute break, and
Really?
I have no idea what team came back on the floor. That third quarter was one of the worst third quarters I've ever seen in a long time, and it hurt. It really hurt, and the whole team is just furious with themselves, and we're definitely going to bounce back this week for sure.
Clearly an attitude thing, obviously, Rob, because you can't play that well in the first half and then not show up in the second.
Yeah, no, that's the thing we're trying to work out is what did happen, and we went out, we put the foot on the throat, and then we took it off, we picked them off the floor and let them do whatever they wanted to do, and I've never coached a team that's only scored 5 points in a quarter, and that's what we did. And they didn't beat us. We beat ourselves through, I guess, lack of discipline and things like that. And we've had I had a big dummy spit after the game about it, and actually a couple of players did as well. And it was just great to see it at practice today that the guys are so focused and really want to redeem themselves.
Rob, you've only had the one win away from home. That was back in about round 2, looking up the records against Townsville. Is this becoming a bit of a habit, losing away from home?
I think it's a habit for every team. I did a real good analysis of what's going on, and over 80% of the games, or 80% of the games, are won by the home team, and it's only been in the last 2 rounds where there's been actually 4 wins. So before that, it was over 90%, and it's something that right now you've got to protect your home court, and you've got to really bust your butt to try and win on the road. And right now I don't have the answer. We don't have the answer, and it's something that we're definitely challenging ourselves to get better at. You
didn't offer the boys a night out at Surfers Paradise, did you? They went off at half time.
I told them they can go. They can go whatever night off after. I gave them my mind.
Well, you got a rematch this week, so you can turn things around pretty quickly. That's the beauty of this caper.
Yeah, it is, and we're playing the Gold Coast again, so we know exactly what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do, and it is an attitudinal thing that the way we played in the first half, you just look back, and there was such a wow factor there, and we probably got ahead of ourselves a bit there, and when you play against, they've got a lot of experienced players, and they just stepped up. We gave them a sniff, and they just kept going. But this week, it was a great session today. The guys are really focused and hungry, and there's absolutely no doubt. The guys within for themselves are just talking about it's not going to happen again, and I certainly hope so.
Yeah, you obviously vented your spleen after the game, as you've told us. I mean, so what have you done this week a bit different? Have you put the pressure back on the players to perform on the training park because of the fact that no one's going to be granted a game on reputation? Because is that the way to turn it around? Or?
Well, what I did today was I had my rant and rave after the game and a dummy spit, and as I said, a couple of players did as well, and they're men, and they know they stuffed up. So what we did today was reinforce that, in fact, we are the number 1 team. We're the highest scoring team in the league. We're the third best defensive team. We're the leading team in rebounds, the leading team in three-point shooting. I think it's second or third in field goal percentage. Everything that this year, we're actually leading the competition, and it was a case of letting the guys know that we're pretty good here. We had one horrific quarter, which we want to forget about. Let's go back and remember how good we are, and we put a highlight tape together, and they didn't like my music or anything like that, but I think that's just because we're a bit older. Mm-hmm. But it was more about positive reinforcement rather than jumping up and down and raving how bad we were in that quarter.
Rob, the biggest concern, and I mean obviously with your statistics that you've rolled into the program tonight, is this away from home factor. And obviously, when it comes to playoffs time, if you don't get home court advantage, you're going to have to go into that foreign environment. and you are going to have to learn and come up with ways of how you're going to turn that around.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I keep saying to our players that it's the basketball court's the same size, the ring's the same size. The only difference is that they got their home crowd, and we went out and took the crowd out of it. Like, the place was silent, and it was just like a training run for us. Like, there was nobody in the stands, and that's what it was like. But then as soon as we really stuffed it up in that third quarter, and they got on a roll, that's when the crowd got involved. And we just have to learn that you got to play every single possession, every minute of the game, and if that's how you're going to win on the road. And that's what we just keep emphasising to our players. Forget about the travel. Who cares about that? We're all in the same boat. Just get on with it and play.
Rob, just changing tack for a second. I know you've been very busy and all of that. Did you happen to see Kobe Bryant's goal tonight?
I did. He's a freak. And I like the way he looked at the umpire about how he got fouled and I still made the basket with his next shot. I thought, he's so cocky, and I wouldn't mind a player like him on the team.
Outstanding, isn't he? Well, good on you, Rob. You can turn it around, as you say, against the Gold Coast, and hopefully it'll be a big home crowd for you. You've got a fantastic record at home at the moment, and one you need to keep kicking your hat home with. Yeah, well, we're 6-6 from home, and our crowd has been fantastic, and we just found out today that our games will be also televised live on the internet as well, so you can go onto our website to check that out, and the support we're getting is fantastic, and we're going to redeem ourselves this week, hopefully. Good on you, Rob. Good luck, and we'll talk to you around about this time next week. Thanks, guys. Rob Beveridge from the Wildcats.